game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So here are the Steelers to take over on offense. They were winners a week ago against Buffalo, and they lead here with a 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
They'll look to throw. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Roughing the passer, defense.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. They're going to look to throw. Into a sea of defenders, unintercepted. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line. That is a tough way to start the 3rd quarter. You get the football, hoping to drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give him the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their minds. But there's a long way to go in this game. You know, they've just got to find a way to come back one play at a time. Yes, it's a cliche, but they can get it done.
The Ravens offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and off the play action, he'll look to throw it. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. That close on 3rd down, I think everybody probably expecting a run. Instead, they go to the air on 3rd and short yardage.
I realize this is a passing league, and they're liable to throw the ball on any down and distance. But that short, I do question the call. Run the football and pick it up.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And this one drops incomplete, but I think the defense jumped.
Offside, defense.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Following the penalty, it's 1st and 5, and you got to think offensively, all kinds of options. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Glover, and he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they've bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. They'll keep it on the ground. Glover. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
And his kick is indeed good, and they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. Well, the 3 points certainly helps, but you feel like, Charles, at this stage of the game, when you force those turnovers, you need to start converting them into touchdowns.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised myself because I thought in this situation they were thinking end zone or bust. Now they got to rely on their defense to get the ball back again for another opportunity to get 6 points.
The Steeler offense set to regain possession. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Holding, offense.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
We are seeing 2 really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
If there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels.
Now 3rd down and very long. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of the first as that leads to 4th down.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points. And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
And he's got his man in stride, complete.
Holding, offense.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Up the middle they go. It's Glover. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there. So from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. This is taken at the 15. An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. From the 24 now, here's a 2nd down and 9. Offensive line wasn't set. There's the flag, and 5 yards back they go.
Quarterback has to look around and make sure that his team is ready to go. Sometimes the quarterbacks go faster than is necessary.
Now they go screen. It's complete. Sheds off the tackle. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Now whistles here before the snap, and it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved.
Start offense.
And this offense back to needing 10 yards after the false start. 3rd and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. 35 yards that time on the punt, and the Ravens taking the field. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Quick throw that's complete on the inside slant.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Glover. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. He'll drop to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Only able to gain a couple there. 3rd and 7 now. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Looking to throw. Yeah, that one going to be knocked away and incomplete. The Steeler defense locked in, forcing an upcoming 4th down.
But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And they jump back in front here. It's 9-7. So that a second drive ending in a field goal now here in the 3rd.
Yeah, the first one got them closer, and this one gets them the lead, but I don't think they should fall in love with kicking field goals. They're going to need to put the ball in the end zone if they want to finish off this game with a win.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Baltimore. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. Back to throw now on first down. Forced out to his left. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
If they get a game-changing score on this drive, it's going to be because of plays like that. That run was pure heart. Took it himself, found a way to reset the downs, and advance the ball.
And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Second down and a little more than a yard here. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. First target, first catch, and a first down. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Hampton. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. 2 yards to go, second down. They'll drop to throw. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This for a 4th quarter lead. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they take the lead here by a point, 10-9. So he waited on the sideline for his first chance in the ball game, and it didn't come until the 4th quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot, and he delivers.
Ravens offense getting set and ready for this next drive. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
A quick throw there is incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
3rd and 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down.
Holding. Offense.
So they decline the hold, and that's going to lead to a 4th down. The Ravens send their punter out now. They'll boot it away from about his 35. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow, out of bounds at the 1-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll get him a little bit of breathing room across the 5 to the 6-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. 2nd and 6. They'll set up to throw.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field that's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
They'll look to throw here. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety.
At this point, I think it's a surprise when he isn't close to being sacked on a passing down. The amount of times he's hit the deck today, I think a lot of us are reading safety before they even took the snap. Simply a merciless pass rush every step of the game, and that rush earns a crowning achievement there.
And remember, following the safety, you give the football up as well, and they free kick it from the 20 now. Here's Jones on the return. The Ravens ready to take over. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. And it's nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. Here's 2nd and 10. Up the middle they go. It's Glover. And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. 55 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries. And they'll send the slot in motion left. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And his throw is incomplete.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. They give the nod to Gold here. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
And this one is incomplete.
And when you're in a one-score game in the 2nd half, now's not the time to force the football in the places where you shouldn't. And that's a smart decision to just get that one out of there.
Back to throw. And that's incomplete. So decision time now, because a field goal keeps it a one-score game. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at the down and distance, and that's where the issue comes in. It's not short enough that it's a no-brainer and you go for it. You have to analyze this one. To me, you take the field goal, take the points. I don't think you want to risk coming away with nothing.
So when you factor in the safety, this now a 5-point swing.
And look, I'm not going to turn away a 5-point swing because 5 points, that's valuable. Don't get me wrong on this. But if they could have taken that safety and added 7 to it, now you're talking about a really big swing.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Steelers ready to take over on offense. And they'll be looking to correct course here. They had the safety turned in against them last time they had the ball. That was followed by the field goal. So they'll operate from behind now as they start 1st and 10. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain. Here's a quick throw caught out wide. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it's second down. Now back to throw. Fighting through, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
The offense on third down, an almost unimaginable 0 for 10 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. Now they'll run on the draw. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
Well, the guys who are paid to make the tackles deserve some kudos there, but I think they deserve even bigger ones because in that situation, they had to be thinking pass. Loosened up defense, go into pass coverage. Instead, maybe they surprised them a little bit running the ball, yet they rallied to it and stopped them well short of a first down.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal? End the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. Glover.
Holding, offense.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Glover. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So here's a 3rd and 14. Up the middle they go. Glover. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Powers through. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. So now the Steelers down by 4, 1:36 to go. They need a touchdown. A field goal is worthless now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off?
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long. He fights him up, and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And this will be broken up and incomplete. Now a penalty flag down, and they may be going backward here. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
The Ravens taking a knee with victory seemingly in hand here. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it.
Charles, we were treated to an excellent game today, capped off by that second-half comeback. This was a joy to watch.
Entertaining for us, not so much to the team who had at halftime, and now is leaving here, knowing that they let a win slip through their fingers. Tough one for them to carry home.
So for Baltimore, they at least get the win here to earn a split of their first 2 home games. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.